Our next speaker is Ricky Isler. She is a certified hypnotist, and she's the owner of Edmonton Hypnosis Solutions. Ricky Isler offers personalized hypnosis sessions to help clients overcome mental blocks. You're all kind of mental in here, right? So, harness their mind's potential and achieve their goals. Her mission is to empower individuals, guiding them toward positive change and lasting success. And I'll tell you what, be very careful, because when you look into her eyes, she has you like crazy. Anyway, let's welcome Ricky.
Okay, first of all, everybody smile. I did that last time too. Okay, I am here today to talk to you about change. Does that word kind of get your hackles up a little bit? Now, sometimes change is happily anticipated, welcomed even, like when you're moving out of your small apartment into a new home you've purchased, or you're leaving your boring dead-end job to pursue or fully dedicate yourself to a new business. But other times, change can be difficult, challenging, uncomfortable, especially when it involves, discomfort or uncertainty or a sense of loss. But when we shift our perspective, change can be a little bit easier. So you could think of it in this way: the end of something is the beginning of something else. And that something else can be pretty spectacular. Because when you think about some of the best and most memorable moments in your life, were they happening when something was staying the same, or when something was changing, when there was transformation and transition? So I'm sure you've heard the phrase that the only constant in life is change, right? Learning to be present with change and recognizing the impermanence of things really helps you with any uncomfortable feelings you may be experiencing about change. It lets us sit with those uncomfortable feelings without becoming attached to them. Because when we feel unsettled about things, it's very easy for us to attach ourselves to our moods. Realizing, though, that nothing stays the same lets you let go of those frustrations when things don't seem to go right. So take a moment right now to just think about something in your life that's causing you some unsettling or worrisome feelings. And consider the idea that the unease you're experiencing is simply a result of wanting things to stay the same, because that's comfortable, right? So maybe you can feel a bit of relief in knowing that nothing is permanent, and by becoming aware of the impermanence of your thoughts and feelings, you'll be better able to control them and feel a greater sense of peace, even during change. And we've all had the experience of realizing that something in our lives or our businesses isn't working. And this knowledge can come as a sudden realization or a nagging feeling of doubt that grows stronger over time, waking us up to the fact that something needs to change. Some people have the tendency to act rashly and make sweeping changes before even fully understanding the problem. Other people fear change, and they live with the uncomfortable awareness that something needs to shift, but then they don't do anything about it. And between these two extreme responses lies a middle way of doing things that helps us powerfully and gracefully change what isn't working. The first step is remembering that our lives are made up of parts that belong to an interconnected whole. And changing one thing can change everything. And because of this, small changes often have a big effect. Imagine an airplane flying through the air, and if it makes even just a small shift by 1 or 2 degrees in its course, it's going in a whole different direction. And originally, it might not seem like a big change, but after a while, it's too far off its original course to even see that original line. And small changes are easier to make. So The same thing can happen with small changes that you make in your life and your business. They have a potential to have a huge impact or lead you in a whole different direction. And sometimes bigger changes are necessary though. So the only way to know for sure is to take the time to really understand the problem. Examine your life or your business in its entirety and find out and realize what's working and, more importantly, what's not working. And you write it down, acknowledge it for what it is, and you may need help and support from a mentor, business coach, or friend to really have that outside approach or look into it. Because until you actually acknowledge it as a problem and consider the negative impact it's having, you won't have enough leverage for change. So you have to know where you're starting from. Say someone's coming to your home for the first time and they get lost and they give you a call. What's the first thing you ask them? Where are you now? You have to know where they are and where they want to go in order to help them. And if you know where you are, but you don't know where you're going, you are wandering. If you know where you're going, but you don't know where you are lost. This quote comes from a really great book called 2 Degree Change by Earl Witt. He also says, movement creates change. Intentional movement to a predetermined goal creates success. Let me say that again. Movement creates change. Intentional movement to a predetermined goal creates success. So once you've figured out the problem and you know where you're at, the next step is to figure out the adjustment you'd like to make and how you'd like to go about making this change. You don't have to know all the steps right away though. So when you use your GPS and you type in the destination, do you dissect the whole route ahead of time before you go and know every single turn and road you're going to be on? Probably not. You have a general idea of where you're going, and you probably know the first few turns, and after that, your destination is set, so you can reverse engineer backwards from there to know the steps you're going to take to get there. But you don't have to know all of them right away, because one leads to the next, to the next. And the key to making changes that work is to accept the necessity of change instead of resisting it. Our lives and our businesses are living, breathing entities that require change to function effectively, move forward, and succeed. Now, sometimes those changes require courage and a bit of planned risk-taking to propel you and your business forward. And to help you with that, there are some handouts on your table. If you don't have one, you can come see me at my table. I have some extras. But there's some questions on there to help you contemplate your business and your life. So really be honest, brutally honest with yourself when you answer those questions at home after today. Now, people come to me when they want to change in some way, but they haven't been able to make that change on their own. And through hypnosis, NLP, and eye movement therapy, they are able to access and unlock the power of their subconscious mind to make the change easier. Because the subconscious mind plays a powerful role in driving change, or driving behavior and influencing change, often without us realizing it. So I'm going to help you understand how you can harness this force to affect positive change in your personal and professional life, all on your own. The subconscious mind is a vast storage system that holds our beliefs, habits, emotions, and memories, operating beneath the level of conscious awareness. It controls most of our automatic responses like breathing, etc., but it also influences our behavior, decision-making, and reactions to situations. Now, unlike the conscious mind, which processes information deliberately, the unconscious mind absorbs information from our environment constantly, forming patterns based on repetition, emotions, and experiences. When we think and act in the same way repeatedly, the subconscious registers these patterns as normal and seeks to maintain them, making it resistant to change. So I'd like to share with you some easy yet very powerful ways you can use your subconscious mind to create change. So first of all, you want to see, feel, Hear and imagine your success. Visualize what you want. See yourself taking the actions you need to take to get there. Hear any sounds or words associated with successful completion of your goal. Feel the positive feelings. Because the more vividly you imagine your goal using all of your senses, the more your subconscious mind begins to accept them as reality. So by regularly imagining yourself achieving your desired changes, you train your subconscious to align with those goals. Spend 5 to 10 minutes every day. This is really easy to do. Visualizing and imagining your ideal business outcome and the actions you're going to take to get there. See the details clearly, because the more detailed you are, the more your subconscious mind will work to manifest those outcomes. You can't just manifest and imagine it into your reality. You have to actually take action too, but by imagining your success and the steps to get there, it makes it easier. The next thing you can do is change your self-talk. The way we talk to ourselves shapes how we perceive change. Negative self-talk like, I'm not good at handling change, or this won't work, programs the subconscious mind to resist change. Reframing this into positive, growth-oriented language like, I can learn from this experience, or I'm capable of navigating change, rewires the subconscious to embrace change. And you can also use affirmations to reinforce new beliefs and attitudes, helping your subconscious support the desired change. For example, if you want to embrace a growth mindset, repeat affirmations like, I'm adaptable and I thrive on change, or every challenge is an opportunity for growth. And over time, your subconscious mind will accept these beliefs and act on them. Another thing you can do is create new habits. Our habits are driven by the subconscious. To create lasting change, it's essential to establish new habits that align with your goals. And by consciously repeating these new actions and behaviors, you signal your subconscious mind that this is the new normal. And over time, these actions become automatic. For example, if you want to become more productive, establish a morning routine that includes specific tasks or rituals. And by repeating them consistently, your subconscious adopts this as the new standard, and it becomes easier to maintain over time. And lastly, the subconscious is heavily influenced by emotions. If you attach strong feelings or emotions, either positive or negative, to your vision of change, your subconscious will prioritize that. Positive emotions like excitement and passion can accelerate change, while fear can, of course, block it. So when you think about the changes you want to make, focus on the excitement of the outcome rather than fear of failure. Associate success to positive feelings so your subconscious mind is drawn towards that vision. And by working with your subconscious mind rather than against it, you can overcome resistance to change, shift limiting beliefs, and create new patterns that lead to success. The key is repetition, emotion, and clarity. And to make meaningful change, it's crucial to consciously shape the beliefs and habits stored in the subconscious. And by imagining your success, changing your self-talk, and forming new habits, you create a mental environment where positive change becomes inevitable. And if you find you're stuck in any way, you're having a hard time, come and see me at my table and I'm happy to help you.
I have to tell you something. Courtney, stand up.
She's calling you out.
This girl was vaping until she went with Ricky. It's been a week. Let's give her a hand.
Yeah, I'm like,
Okay.